In episode 21, we address the cost of managing your email and SMS separately and what that does to your brand. However, today we shift our focus to the role of each channel. So today it's all about the role of your SMS channel and on the other hand, the role of your email channel. So welcome to the Late Experience Podcast. This is the email edition and today we are back to touching on email and SMS again. So what is the role of SMS? SMS, the first thing is that it has unlimited space. So when you look at it in terms of, so I look at it in terms of related. So when you look at SMS, it is a small related. So the amount of space that you are given is very small. And now, because of that, you have to use SMS in a very specific way. So the first way to use SMS is the first role of SMS is to drive urgency. So because you have a very limited space, you want to use that space to drive urgency. The second thing is about timing. So SMS, we are with our phones every day, and now every time SMS, the SMS notification goes off, you tend to look at it immediately because now maybe you are waiting for someone, or maybe you are meeting someone, or maybe there's a message you are waiting for. So because we have our phones on us every time, SMS gives you the opportunity to get to your customer specifically at that specific moment that you are looking to communicate to that specific customer. So when you use SMS now, based on the two roles, so the first role is the role of urgency, and the second one is about timing. Like timing in the way that how fast you are, someone looks at your SMS compared to how fast they look at your email. So that is the about SMS now. So that is the role of SMS. On the other hand, you have the role of email. So email has three roles. Now already it has gone beyond the SMS because now email has a large related compared to SMS. Like the amount of characters you can include in your email is so large compared to the amount of characters you can use in your SMS. And so the first role of email is storytelling. So because of your emails allows you to use many characters, gives you the ability to tell stories because now stories can take a large amount of space, and now email now provide that space that you need to tell your stories and tell the world of your story. The second thing about email is that email gives you the ability to use visuals in your messaging. So you can use images, you can use GIFs, you can use videos in your email. And now that ability now to use email, and also the ability to use different colors in your email, it enables you to emphasize and to show the contrast between different concepts. Because now in SMS it is mostly one color, and that color is black, but in email you are able to not only use different colors in your words, but also to use images, GIFs, and videos in your email. The third role of email is because of the amount of related it gives you, it allows you the opportunity to give as much value as possible. So, for example, in SMS now, You have to be very specific in the value you are providing to your customer at that time so that it can fit into the characters that can be used in that SMS and also so that you can drive that agency. But now in email now you have the ability to give bonus value. So for example, if you are doing a campaign, so let's say you are doing a launch and now in the launch now in your SMS you'll be driving agency. So you'll be very specific that someone has so let's say someone has abandoned the cart now. If someone has abandoned the cart now, you'll be sending a very specific email to say that so no not email but a very specific SMS to tell someone to complete that their purchase. So if they have abandoned maybe a dress, you can tell them that hey, well, dress is waiting for you, and now it will be specific for that dress. But if you are if it is an abandonment email, now this now you can go beyond that specific dress that you are looking at. So yeah, you can give them more options that maybe you can give them the opportunity to buy a coat or the opportunity to buy a matching heels or the opportunity to buy a matching hat. So the other thing you can also add is that you can add your social channels, you can add social proof because now you have the real estate to use your images and your testimonial. So email now gives it adds the role of giving more value. So those are the values of SMS and email. So the role of SMS is the first one is agency. The second one is timing in that it allows you to reach your customer immediately. Your email notifies them on their phone. And then the third thing about the third role of SMS is that you can go very specific to that specific thing. So in SMS, you can only focus on one thing at a time. On the other hand, you have the role of the email. So email has three roles. So the first one is it gives you the space to retell. So you can tell stories about your product, about your launch, about your brand, and stories about your other customers that you have already sold to. The second thing about email is that it gives you the opportunity to use visuals. So this is images, GIFs, and videos. The other thing about email is that it gives you the real estate to provide as much value as possible to that specific subscriber. So when you listen to episode 21 now, it will show you how you can bring the email and SMS together. And now you don't manage them separately. So you don't manage have an SMS team here and an email team here which are operating in silos, but bring the two together so that they can work together. So the question you may ask is, am I overwhelming my customer or prospect? And the answer is there's only one way to find out, and that is by listening to your customer or to your process. So the ways they will show you is through engagement. So if you notice that either the SMS or the email, one of them is being left on unread, you realize that you are doing too much, and now when you realize that, you reduce it. But when you realize that both of them are being read, like someone is engaging with your, is opening and engaging with your emails, someone is opening and engaging with your SMS, you know that you are doing it right. And now that is how you know whether to tone down your the frequency of your email and SMS, or whether to maintain it as it is, or whether to up it up. So That's all for today, and those are the roles of SMS and the roles of email. So the role of SMS is urgency, timing in reaching your customer immediately, and specificity. So this is the ability to focus on one thing at a time in every SMS. The other hand, the role of email is storytelling, visuals. You can use as many visuals as required, and you can give as much value as possible. So that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next session. So bye bye, PDM.